I want to start with perfection. Perfection's a big thing. I think that in most cases we strive for perfection and we never quite get there. And as you see how this all plays out, then you'll find that perfection isn't real. Perfection's only real to you. That's the way I see it. And we can strive for perfection as much as we like, but eventually, even if you got it, it tops out. Would you agree with that? Eventually it tops out. And then what happens when you get there? Then there's another level. So perfection never really was a level. It's just one step forward to the next one. We cool with that? Does that make sense to you guys? Has anybody got anything to add to that? Does anybody strive for perfection? Who has? I have before. Yeah, I failed badly. So moving forward from that, we have a choice. A choice to make things mean whatever we choose to make it mean. That's the biggest thing here that we need to understand, and I'll go through this in a moment, is the choices we make will dictate the rest of our lives in every way we can. And we can change that choice. In every single action there is a choice. In every single moment there is a choice, whether you choose to see it or not. And that's the choice. Do we get that? Do we choose to see it? Some people don't even ask questions. Who here has been in a situation where they felt like they haven't had any choice at all, but never asked themselves, do they have one? Who has? Has anybody been in that position? I've been in that position. Was in that position yesterday. We constantly go through this cycle of never really understanding the choices that we do have and the control that we do have over our lives and the decisions we make. So what that means is to us, and what that means is to me especially, is that control is at our fingertips at any one stage, at any time we want. It's almost like grabbing for the remote for the TV. We have control. We have the certainty that we want and the control that we need. We just have to reach out and look for it. And questions come into play with that, I believe, in a big way. And as you go through it even further, it all comes down to whether you are willing to play this game of life at 100% or not. If we went through you guys right now, how many of you guys, if you were to give it a number as the way you're playing your lives right now, what would it be? Anybody willing to have a crack? 3%? Thank you. 3%. Anybody else want to have a shot? 6%. So we've got so far to go. We've got so far to go. And what is it that holds us back from allowing ourselves to play at a higher level? Does anybody want to have a shot at that? Myself, yeah. You're damn right. And the choices that we choose to look for. And everything you'll see tonight will flow on to itself. Each success principle will knock off to another. And then when we get to the end, you'll be able to go back to the start and it'll all flow again. All the way through. In every choice you make, they'll all flow through. And we have control. Wayne Dyer says it beautifully, I believe. Don't die with your music still inside you. It doesn't get any better than that. And if we just sit with that for a second, you'll see how true that really is. How true, how much music are you allowing? Your music, your song is beautiful. It always is, always will be. No matter what you do, your song is beautiful. How much are you willing to allow it to play? That's really what's going to come down to. How much are you willing to allow it to play? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I can't control that bit. We all have a choice. I chose this room. So, do we understand that? To see how that's all unflows? How much are we willing to allow our music to play? We've all got stuff. Everyone's got stuff that they're dealing with at any one time. Yeah? Everybody who's in here right now has got some stuff that they're dealing with. Yeah? And when I mean by stuff, I mean issues of some sort. You know, things that are holding us back, things that are upsetting us, things that are not quite right the way we want it. But we all have stuff. What you do with that stuff is the choice. In everything we have choice. In every way we have choice. Everybody has choice. Understanding what we do with our stuff is the choice. What are you willing to do with your stuff? Think about that for a second. What are you willing to do with your stuff? What do you want to do with your stuff? How deep do you want to go into that stuff? We're all going to have it, and we're all going to have to move forward on from it. And the people that don't, they're the ones that get stuck down, get bogged down. They start to do this depression stuff and all the upset emotions and the stuff that they allow to sit in front of them to stop them from taking a step forward because they don't deal with them. They make it mean something that sometimes it doesn't. I was talking to a guy today who went through post-depression? What's it called? Yes. Sorry. And I don't mean to disrespect that at all. He was telling me today about how it was all unfolding for him and how it was all playing out for him. And I said to him, you realise that the only reason you have it is because of what you made it mean? And he said, you're right, it's true. I've made it mean this. And I said, well, what do you want to do with that? You know, we got interrupted not long after that. And so we couldn't get any further into it. But he's living his life based on this assumption that it has to be this way. His rules around it and his beliefs around it were eventually it was going to have to catch up with me anyway. That's a choice. You could choose to allow it to or choose not to. That's up to the individual and how you allow it to affect you. That's the way I see it. It could be wrong. It could be challenging people's beliefs in this room. I don't mind. It's okay because that's the way I choose to see it. I choose to believe that we have control. I choose to believe that we can make anything mean whatever we choose to make it mean. We can deal with whatever we want to deal with at any stage we want to deal with it. That's the way I believe. And I believe that's worked for me. It's obviously got you in this room. It's got me videoing this stuff. It's got me having a community of over 900 people on my Facebook page and talking about very similar stuff. So that's what I choose. I choose to believe this is all true. And I want you to give this gift to yourself. Give this gift to yourself to choose to make things mean whatever you choose to make them mean. What is the outcome you're after? As you go forward now, think about what is the outcome I want out of this stuff that I'm holding on to? This stuff that's stopping me from moving forward. What do I want out of it? What do I want to do with it? What's the outcome? Am I going to give this gift of life to myself? Or am I going to allow it to stay where it is? Am I going to allow myself to play it 100%? Or get close to it? Where it doesn't matter? Where I can just love and live and give as much as I want? Because I have it? Or am I going to allow my stuff to get control? It's a really key part there. Understand, this stuff is your stuff. You can deal with it. You can. Are you going to allow it to be there? For me, amazing thing happened not long ago. I did a course where I was challenged to well beyond wherever I thought I was going to be challenged to. And things changed for me because I allowed myself to get deep in the challenge. I allowed myself to fully grasp what was going on and allow myself to play at 100%. I sat in that room thinking to myself, do I belong here? Because I got challenged some serious stuff, I'm telling you. And that stuff was, we did this one exercise and all that stuff, I just decided I had to go. And it went. My relationships in general have changed so much because of that decision. That decision to go, no more, enough's enough. We have control over this, whatever we want to make it mean. So get comfortable with where you're at. We're always trying to strive on to beyond what we have control over. We try and have these ideas that aren't ours. We're trying to strive for something that isn't us, that may be not right for us, whatever that is to you. I found myself doing that before too, being something that I really wasn't, that wasn't true to me. Once I got comfortable with where I was at, I was able to move on from that. Because once I'm comfortable with where I am, I can learn the lessons in that area. I could take on those lessons and turn it into something that I really want because I've got control now. I'm not trying to push myself past my boundaries. I'm getting to that boundary, learning my lessons, and then stepping over the boundary. Because now I'm empowered. And that empowerment has always been inside me, the whole time. I never have to look for it, I just have to push a button, it's there. I choose to believe that. I'm interested to think what you guys believe. Do you guys believe that you are empowered? That you have that empowerment in you? Do you or not? It's okay if you don't. Has anyone got anything to add to that?
I was going to say, yeah, I do believe that I do have control and power to change that. Sometimes a little bit of self-doubt comes in,
Yep.
And that sort of quashes it,
Mm-hmm.
which most people do, I would imagine. But it's taking that step, like you said,
Yeah.
forward and just giving it a go anyway. So.
Yeah, love it. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else?
I believe I have the power, but I don't believe I use it.
What was that, sorry?
I believe I have the power, but I don't believe I use it.
What's stopping you from using it, do you think? In general?
You're a failure.
Fear of failure. Beautiful. We're going to touch on that tonight. So that's cool. That's cool. Anybody else afraid of failing? Yeah. Could you really fail?
No.
Who chooses win-lose? That's interesting, isn't it? So could you really fail? We'll get into that a little later. Before we really get into this, the last thing that I want to say to you guys is this. Get over yourself. It was one thing that was said to me and I didn't quite get it. Only till not long ago did I get it. Get over yourself. Yeah, get over yourself. What does that mean? To me, that means playing with your life lightly. Taking yourself lightly. Don't get too bogged down with the seriousness of everything that's happening around you. Allow yourself to live. Allow your music to come and play out. And play full out. You have control. You can do it. Be willing to laugh at yourself at your own expense. For some people, that's really hard to do. It can be really difficult to do. And you know why it's difficult for you to do? Because you choose to make it difficult. Yeah, I sit there with some of my friends and all we do is laugh at ourselves. All we do is laugh at each other and our stupid ways. You know, you walked funny, well that's funny, so I'm going to laugh. I walked funny, I just tripped over my own feet, I'm going to laugh. You know, why not? Why should I get serious about that? Somebody's picking on me, well, we're having fun. Why get serious about it? I've done that. That didn't work. Because all I did was live in this time where I got down on myself. I lost control of what was true to me, and that's me. And all the fun that I can have with the people that I know, and all the people that I love, and everybody that's around me and surrounds me and gives me all the support that I get, I now get to have fun with them because I don't take myself so seriously anymore. Because I have fun. I choose to have fun. I choose to wake up in the morning and not put on a frown. I choose to wake up in the morning, I get a book straight away. I'm in my book. I have a shower, I get my book out, I start reading. Because that's what it excites me, that's what ignites me for the day. And all this positive stuff that I'm reading, it's just sitting here, waiting to come out. And that's what I want to share with you tonight. So, who's willing to have fun? Who's really willing to have fun? Well, try this on. Try this on. Turn to the person next to you and say, turn to the person next to you and say, I'm ready to have way more fun than you, baby. Go on, go on. See how uncomfortable it is? See how uncomfortable? She's waiting for you to look at her, but you're not looking at her. Come on. Get engaged. This is where it's at. This is where it's at.
So I'm not going to bite you.
One of the trainers at a training I've been to just recently says that's a little creepy, but says he says you've got to start doing it with volition. You've got to start doing it with a whole look, with a whole voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have some fun. That's what I'm saying. You see how awkward some of that was for some of you? I mean, you wouldn't even look at her. It's like, not looking at you, not looking at you, not looking at you. So, the first success principle, actually what we're here to talk about is the 5 success principles. And I'm really keen to know what success means to you. And I would really love for some engagement here. I want everyone to have a shot. So what success mean to you?
Me?
Yeah.
Achieving basically my goals. So if I set specific goals, reaching those would be successful for me.
Awesome. Awesome. What about you? Have you got one? What success mean to you?
Accomplishing goals and staying true to myself and all that.
Awesome. Anybody else got anything? Come on, let's go. Engage.
What did you say?
What does success mean to you? Someone has, get engaged.
Happiness.
Happiness.
Yeah. Just true happiness.
What does that mean? I'm interested.
Well, happiness can come in lots of different forms to me, as long as I feel like I'm empowering myself each time that I do it. Either it be through my coaching, through being a mother, a wife, even, a friend.
Yeah, beautiful.
As long as I feel like I'm doing 100% in all of those areas, I think that's successful.
Awesome, awesome. Sorry about the noise, guys. Like I said, old people. Anybody else? Anybody else got anything else they want to add to that? I'm really keen to know, because everybody's got their own version of success and what it means to them.
Being happy with where I'm at, with what my goals are.
Cool.
Like not just setting goals and meeting them, but being happy with what goals I'm setting. Like not, like pushing myself, not just being like, oh, I can do that, so I'll make that a goal.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Love that. Well said. Anybody else got anything else? Nothing? Okay, cool.